Hello, and welcome back. Today I'm doing a 3-year review. So it's basically, I've had this thing for 3 years, and I never got around to reviewing it for you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. So it's kind of like an update and review all in one. But let's go ahead and get started. So here you have the Stanley Adventure Canteen. Now I have made modifications to it over the 3 years. So, it's not exactly the way it would come when you buy it. And I'll tell you guys about that here in just a minute. But let's go ahead and start out with the actual specs of the canteen itself. So the canteen weighs a little bit over ½ a pound and is made from 316 surgical grade stainless steel. In other words, it will never rust. And I actually accidentally proved that here this morning. So the canteen itself has these D-rings on it here and here. To use to carry it with, so you don't have to have a carry bag in order to use it. And this is also one of the things that I changed, so I'll go ahead and get into that here in a minute. It has a polymer lid on it, a polymer top. It is a 2-function top, so you have your drinking spout here, and it does have a nice washer inside of there to keep it from leaking. And I've never had this canteen leak over the 3 years that I've had it, so it has held up. Those washers have held up really well over time with exposure to hot and cold and everything else. Then it has, the whole lid comes off and you get a wide mouth opening. This wide mouth opening, according to Stanley, so that you can actually put ice cubes in here and clean it out more easily. I've never used it like that. I've never had to worry about ice cubes, because if you're out hiking they're going to melt anyway. What's the point? But the lid itself has held up very well. It is a nice, durable, heavy-duty lid. The polymer they make it out of is a really good, great polymer, so I've had no complaints about that whatsoever. Moving down the canteen, when you first buy it, these D-rings will have a strap that comes down. The strap is sewn to the D-rings, so in order to actually be able to use this over a fire, you're going to have to cut the strap off and replace it with something you can take off, which is what I did. I just replaced it with a homemade strap and some carabiners, and that way I could take it off and actually use it in a fire if I wanted to. Because then when you remove the lid, all you have is a stainless steel canteen, and you can actually use it to boil water. And because this is, of course, a single wall canteen, they do make some that have double wall, but this is the single wall, and that means that you can boil water in it. So that's kind of the reason I picked this particular canteen, so that I would be able to boil water in it if I needed to. 3 years later, I realized that I had never once boiled water in this canteen, because I always have cooking equipment with me because I like cooking outdoors. So I never once had to boil water in it. So what I ended up doing was replacing this with an Nalgene canteen to save money, or not money, to save weight. But as far as durability goes, this is a really nice, durable canteen. It has one dent in it. I don't know how well you guys are gonna be able to see it right here. Don't know what exactly dented it, but it's stainless steel, so that happens. But as far as how it held up over 3 years, everything has held up very well. The cap has held up well. I've never had it leak. The actual canteen body itself has held up very well. The only thing that happened to it was it got that little bit of a dent in it, but that's just cosmetic stuff. But the one thing that impressed me, and like I said, I found out this morning, I was going through pulling stuff out of my closet, getting ready to do my reviews, getting ready to get rid of stuff that I no longer use, and I saw this sitting in the back and realized that I had never actually reviewed it. And when I went to pick it up, it still was half full of water from the last time I used it. So I was like, oh crap, because now I've got potential rust all inside this canteen, and it'll be completely useless. And I've never had something that just held water for almost a year and not had any kind of rust inside of it at all. So when I opened it up, I was a little bit concerned about what I was going to find. And to my shock, and I know you guys aren't really going to be able to see, to my shock, it had no rust at all, not even the beginning signs of rust. And I was actually really shocked by that, because even stainless steel will rust if exposed to water for a long period of time, and this had been exposed to water for a long period of time, just sitting inside of it. So I was actually impressed. When I saw that, it was like, okay, that is actually impressive. The fact that it had water in it like that for that period of time and didn't have any rust at all means that I can confirm this is 316 stainless steel, because any other grade of stainless would have rusted. So the fact that this did not at all means that they're honest to their word. It is 316 stainless, and it will not rust. No matter how much water you expose it to, it is not going to rust. So overall, I'm actually going to have to give it a 5 out of 5. I don't use it anymore personally, but over the 3 years that I did use it, it is an absolutely awesome canteen. It has held up. It has done what it is supposed to do. Nothing on it has failed. And if you make a little bit of an adjustment when you buy it and you remove the strapping, you can use it to boil water in. I don't see why you couldn't. So as far as canteens go, it is definitely worth picking up. Now, it is a little bit on the pricier side for canteens. It's going to be running around 20 bucks. But, it is Stanley, and it is definitely going to be a lifetime canteen. If you buy it, you're not going to have to replace it. It is definitely going to last you a lifetime, unless, of course, you decide to run over it with your car, in which case there's nothing I can do about that. So, try to avoid a situation like that. But overall, just to let you guys know, to prove it is Stanley. It is a 5 out of 5 product by far. Just make a little bit of a tweak to it, and you'll be able to use it to boil water. And if you aren't concerned about it, and you don't want to, you don't necessarily want to boil water in it, it's still a great canteen. Just don't cut the strapping off. But overall, like I said, 5 out of 5, awesome canteen. But I will have affiliate links to this and some other Stanley equipment in the description, so make sure you take a look at that. But thank you guys for watching, and as always, if you like this video, hit like and subscribe. Bye-bye.